All right, here we go. We're going to be doing Momogami Faux Leather. It's a Japanese process that can strengthen and make paper feel like leather and or suede. Now, normally I do 8.5 by 11-inch pieces, standard paper. But today, just for demonstration purposes, I'm using a smaller one. Excuse me. Here's the supplies we need. You don't have to have those ink pads. Um, you could water down a little bit of brown paint. For that matter, you could use food coloring if you wanted to, but it interferes with the process. Um, Dollar Tree carries um, a few different stamp pads. I know they are black, but you can use any color you want. You really can. Um, I have matte, mixed, thinned matte Mod Podge because I like the look of the matte. I like the feel of the matte. It doesn't add too much shine. There is a shine, but it doesn't add too much. This is 50/50 hair, excuse me, hair conditioner with glycerin and water. And there's a reason for that because that helps the process so you can do it without shredding whatever paper you're using. Heavier papers work good. You can use, say, white cardstock. You could use black cardstock. Just be aware that whatever you use, you have to be able to get some kind of color in all those nice, lovely cracks. And then there's a bottle of spray water. So now, let's get to it. I'm going to get all this stuff out of the way. First thing you want to do is spray it down with just plain water. Spray it down. And normally I would let it rest for a good 5 or 6 minutes, but I'm going to save time and video so I don't have to make this too long. But you can see it's just an ordinary paper bag. That's all it is. And it's just cut into pieces. And I managed to salvage most of it anyway. So there's that. Now, once that, just kind of push the water into the paper. And then you take your, yes, and I wear gloves. Not always, but I wear gloves. You just pour some of the water hair conditioner mixture. And you just rub it in, rub it in, rub it in. Same thing, you turn it over, do the same thing. And might I suggest these squirt bottles, they come two in a package from Dollar Tree. Some will say, they might say barbecue or ketchup, mustard. They may say something on it. They may not. I like to get the plain ones because I can do quantities of things and have them come out properly. So, okay, there is that. Oh, you're also going to need paper towels. Let's put this over here. There. Now, this should be, you shouldn't really see those bubbles, but it's okay. This is okay to start with because it's for demonstration purposes. You literally pick it up and gently, very, very gently, wrinkle it all up. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put this down because you're going to drip. Okay, so you just squish it around, squish it around, squish it around. Don't try to squeeze out the water just yet. You open it up and you already see some of the wrinkles. And you squish it and you keep squishing it. And you go around the edges and all that lovely stuff. And you just make sure you get as many wrinkles in it or as many or as little wrinkles in it as you want. I like the smaller wrinkles because it gives a lot of detail. So now we're at the point where I would normally do this longer, but I'm just demonstrating. So now you want to give it a really good squeeze, but don't try to mangle the paper. There you go. You can see water dripping off my glove. That's what you want. You want to eliminate a lot of this water. Okay? Um, and that's the way this goes. There we go. And that's what it looks like after you do it. So now I'm going to remove this these paper towels for now. I saved them and reuse them because they will dry. And I'm going to gently take, actually, I can put this right back because it isn't going to make a difference right now. On the side that doesn't have any print, I take, here it is, my brown one. I literally, extremely gently, just barely brush over those wrinkles. And you can see this is where the magic happens, because this is where all that detail stands out. And you can see it. It's beautifully. You barely need to touch it. That's why I just use the whole ink pad and not worry about things that, I don't know what that is. But there it is. Look at that gorgeous detail. Now, you can combine colors, and you can do this with any color you want. You don't have to stick with these colors. You can do it with purple for all I care. And then I take the black, and I don't go over the whole thing with it. I just go in a few strategic spots so it gets even. Okay? Now I'm going to be removing the paper towel. And I'm going to put it like this. And what you're going to do, this is where the thinned matte Mod Podge comes in. Although if all you can get is gloss, that's fine. You just make sure you have some baby wipes handy. I didn't actually say that. While the paper is wet, you have to do it while this paper is wet. You spread this all over as evenly as possible. And there's this. Now, I normally have a little fan because I'm impatient. Duh. I'm a very impatient person. So I normally have this tiny little fan. And I mean, this is a tiny little fan. And it's plugged in by USB. And I tuck it over here and literally angle it down this way. So this is being used upside down. So that way it dries it faster. But that's it. That's all there is. You don't have to do much of anything else. What I do, I let it dry thoroughly, completely. Maybe an hour or so. And then I put it between two pieces of parchment paper and I iron it. It gives it a better consistency, a better smoothness in the back, while you still all have that lovely detail. And yes, it's still tactile. So that's how this is done. Thank you. No, now I gotta shut it off.